Hey there, Alex here. It has been about 10 months since Apple first unveiled the iPhone SE. It's a phone that not a lot of people actually talk about, and probably for good reasons. I mean, just look at it. It's a tiny little phone that looks almost exactly like that old iPhone you used to have. However, this is actually still one of my favorite phones in the market, and it's pretty much my daily driver when I'm not trying out other phones. So what's so special about this special edition iPhone? And is it still a good phone to get now? Let's find out. I think most people would agree with me when I say the iPhone SE has a timeless design. Even 4 years after the release of the iPhone 5, I still think that it looks modern and elegant. The same can be said for the build quality of the phone, which still holds up against newer devices. Despite saying all of that, looking at the same design for 4 years can be a bit boring. Which is why I have applied a dbrand skin on mine, to not only protect the phone from scratches, but also to give it a fresh new look. Some people might be a bit turned off by the size of the iPhone SE, but it's actually my favorite thing about the phone. It's refreshingly easy to use the phone one-handed, and I can reach all corners of the display comfortably. Trust me, in situations where you only have one hand available, you'll really appreciate the size of the phone. Unfortunately, the best part about the iPhone SE is also its worst. While I love the smaller size of the phone, I don't really love the 4-inch display on it. And it's not the size that bothers me. Every time I look at the display on the iPhone SE, and then on a newer phone, I'm reminded of how far we've progressed with display technology. This was a gorgeous looking display about 4 years back, but at this point in time, it's just slightly above average at best. This is the same display you'll find on the iPhone 5s. In fact, the entire front panel of the phone is pretty much identical, which means you also don't get 3D touch on the iPhone SE. But I find it so easy to navigate around the entire interface of the phone with this smaller display that I really don't miss having 3D touch at all. Just below the display, you'll find the same first generation Touch ID sensor. It's nowhere near as quick to unlock when compared to newer devices, but it's still accurate and reliable. Reliability is the key word here, because the Touch ID sensor is not only used for unlocking the phone, but it can be used for making payments too. The iPhone SE supports Apple Pay, and it's one of my favorite features on the phone. I can leave the house with nothing but my phone, go to a nearby supermarket or McDonald's, and still be able to pay for stuff. No cash, no worries. The best part about the iPhone SE is actually what's inside. It uses Apple's A9 processor with 2GB of RAM. That's the same processor found on the iPhone 6s, and is still one of the fastest chipset in the market. Everything is extremely quick and responsive on the phone. From opening apps to playing games on the phone, the iPhone SE absolutely flies. Part of that experience is probably down to the operating system of the phone. The iPhone SE launched with iOS 9 but has been updated to iOS 10. While iOS 10 brought some useful features like lift to wake, quick replies, and a smarter Photos app that can identify the subjects in it, the thing I like most about the operating system is that it just works. It's stable, reliable, and apps still works better on iOS than they do on Android. Apple's software support is also unbeatable in the smartphone industry. The oldest device that still supports the latest version of iOS is the iPhone 5. That's a phone that's 4 years old. While it may not have all the newer features that the newer iPhones get, it's still great to have the latest update just for the security patches. Another advantage of iOS is that there's no need to wait for software updates. Once there's a new version available, you can grab the update over the air or through iTunes. Simple as that. With Apple controlling both the software and hardware, it's a combination that's hard to beat, not just in terms of performance, but battery life too. While it may not look like it, but the iPhone SE actually has a really good battery life. It has a slightly bigger battery than the iPhone 5s, and it has a more efficient processor as well. While it may not be as insane as the battery life I got from the plus-size iPhones, it can still last me a day of moderate to heavy use with plenty of juice left at the end of the day. The iPhone SE uses the same 12-megapixel sensor that the iPhone 6s is using. Even though it's over a year old now, it has held up pretty well. While it may not be the best at anything in particular, it really excels in being able to capture great-looking images with minimal effort from the user. The camera interface is fast, simple, and responsive to use. The image quality is good too, with nice details, good color reproduction, and good dynamic range. Even though the camera lacks optical image stabilization, the electronic stabilization actually does a really good job when recording videos. The iPhone SE can also capture live photos, and you play back just by long pressing the images. With live photos and 4K video recording, you'll probably find yourself using a lot more storage on the phone, which is why I highly recommend getting the 64GB version unless you're really sure that you're not gonna need the extra storage. With a phone this small, it's definitely gonna have some compromises. The single firing speaker is average at best, you don't get the faster 4G plus network speeds, the front camera is still just 1.2 megapixel, and along with some of the things I've mentioned earlier. But essentially, these are more like minor sacrifices rather than full-on deal breakers. The iPhone SE doesn't have any new or outstanding features. It just has a nice design, good build quality, good performance, decent camera, and does pretty much most of the things that you expect a modern smartphone to be able to do. But that's exactly why I like the iPhone SE. It does almost everything well in a package that is still extremely compact, without sacrificing too much in terms of capabilities. It's a combination that you cannot find on another phone in the market today. Of course, if you want the absolute best iPhone, the iPhone 7 is still the way to go. If you want a smartphone that can provide the best value for your money, there's the OnePlus 3T. Because while the iPhone SE is the cheapest new iPhone that Apple sells, it's still not that cheap. But if you're like me and want a compact phone that doesn't sacrifice too much in terms of capabilities, the iPhone SE is definitely still worth checking out. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys, and see you on the next one.